Hello, hi, it's Liz here, and today I am prepping a book for this year's Dephemerember, hosted by 49 Dragonflies and Louise Heinzel. This was last year's book. It runs throughout December, and the prompts will be on the Instagram of Barbara 49 Dragonflies and Louise Heinzel. So I think the prompts are going to go on either today or tomorrow, but I thought I would prep my book. Last year I used one of these no-sew signatures. I made the whole book myself. This year I'm going to use, just put that down there, an altered book. I picked this one up in the charity shop. I thought it was quite a cute little size. It was given to Scott in Christmas 1938, so that seems appropriate that I'm now going to use it for a Christmas project. And today we're going to do the cover. But first of all, I thought I would show you how I'm going to put this on the cover, and I thought I would show you how I made that because it's just super easy. I'm going to cover it with fabric. I've got some fabric pieces here. I'm going to use all of that, I think, on the cover, and then we will pop one of these on and see how that all looks. So yeah, okay, so these are super easy. Let's just put the book aside for now. As you might guess, it's just some scrap pieces of paper, and we just cut out petal shapes. I've got two that are half done here. And this one is finished. That's the one I think I'm going to use today. So just some scrap paper. I've used some old book page and some patterned 6x6, which it's good to get some of the 6x6 used up. They're from Dovecraft, The Magic of Christmas and Merry Little Christmas by First Edition. They're a bit old. They're not hugely old, so maybe you would be able to still get them in the shops or online. So that's the two papers that I'm using today. I've just pulled out a mixture, and you can see that I've cut out my petals. So I've got already some petals cut out. And at first I was drawing a petal, and then I realised that I could actually just cut a petal, because at first I thought, well, maybe I'll make a template, but I think it's quite cool that they all turn out different sizes. So you'll need some bigger, some littler, and if you don't like the shape, you just kind of play around with it. I'm just going to cut out a couple, just to show you how easy it is. Just round to a point and then back down again. Let's do a couple more. So Christmas, somehow when the things appear in the shops, you think, oh my goodness, that's too early, and then all of a sudden it's December and it's here. We are in the middle of the big Christmas clean. So we've done the bedroom. Bedroom's done. We don't do the second bedroom, because the second bedroom is where my crafty room is, and it's quite difficult to do a big clean, as you might imagine. So I just do the bits that I can see and the rest is left to the spiders and whatever else might live in the corners. So there we go. You'll need a couple of circles as well for the centres. I just used this little punch, which I think is an inch. No, it's not. It's an 1.5 inches. So what size does it cut? Right, it cuts an inch. Yes, that's what I thought. So it cuts an inch. Obviously that bit round here is the outer rim and won't cut. It's that middle bit that cuts. So yeah, let's ink up the edges. I'm not a great inker upperer of edges, but I think for these it adds something. I'm using tea dye, and we will just, I've already inked those ones, so just a quick thing around the edges. So this morning we were out at shops and I got 3 new throws, nice fluffy throws, furry throws with fringes, and I got them in TK Maxx. A nice mustardy gold one, a teal one, and then a kind of checked one. So that'll be nice and cozy, I think, for the winter. Replace the throws that are just looking a wee bit past their best on the chairs and the sofas. So that was good. So we need to wait until the living room's all spruced up and the decorations are up and everything, and then we'll put the new throws on. Right. So the next thing we need to do is just decide on what we're going to stick. And I'd just been going for it. At first I was planning it out and everything, and then I just realised that, you know what, just go for it. I'm just using a glue stick for this because it doesn't really matter which you use where or how it all ends up. Just, it's roughly I suppose a kind of poinsettia. And if we think, yeah, that's going okay. For the one I'm using, where is it? I took it to the machine and I stitched round the centre there, but I'm not entirely convinced that I want to do that all the time. So we'll just keep checking that we're on track. Let's see, what have we got? There's a little patterned one. And you want to mix it up with some big ones and some little ones, I think. Once we put the circle in the middle, that will hold it together as well. And we'll just open those ones up a bit and put one there. Okay, and we can do the centre. And we'll just keep them for another day, maybe make another one another time. So I have stuck it to my mat. So each one different. I like this one with the robins in the middle. So what I then thought of is, let's do something with the centre. I've got this, I put some of that underneath and then put that on the top, but you can't really see the netting bits. So I think I'm not going to do that this time. I'm just going to use the netting because you can't see it when it's on top of this, which I can never remember the name of. Right, let's see if we can get a little circle out of this. There we are. Yes, I think I like it better without the, is it linen? Is it whatever it's called? I like it better without that. And we will just put a little bit of, there we are. And we can still see the little robins peeking through, and that looks as if they're in the snow. So in the centre, like I say, I stitched round. I'm not going to do that. I've also gone round with a black fine pen, so we'll do that because I think that adds a nice finishing touch. And then we're going to do a little bit of inky stamping, just to give it a little bit more of an arty feel, I think. Now you can either do the stamping the way I'm going to do it, or you can get your ink and a paintbrush and just splodge it. There's the little bits here. So if you don't have a stamp that's pretend splodge, like I say, just drop some splodges on with your paintbrush. So just randomly. And we don't need to do every one. There we are. So in the centre, I have a button on that one, but you could also use something sparkly or something, use a little pin to attach a charm. You could put a little charm, put a little twine through the little hole at the top there. You could have a super sparkly one. Oh, now I can't see the little robins at all, but that's very sparkly, isn't it? I do quite like that. I think I like that. Do I like that better than the button? I might put that one on my cover. That's super nice, isn't it? That's like real diamonds. I wish. And I've got buttons. So, yeah, choices. You can use buttons, charms, a bit of bling. I'm just going to clear up a few things before I do anything else. There we are. Just move that out the way. Right, we'll go with this, I think. So, I think we'll use glossy accents to get that stuck down, because as well as making things look glossy, obviously, it's a really good glue when it comes to anything kind of metallic-y or plastic. It just holds absolutely. Just to give it a little second. Yeah, That's nice. Right, well, we'll decide when the time comes whether we're going to use that one or that one on the cover. Right, let's think about this cover. So I have my bits. There's more of that netting with the bits of snow. I found it in my Christmas box. And I'm not going to fold anything over. I'm just going to simply cover it up. Just straightforward as that, because I'll be doing something to the inside. And I'm just going to do that. And this bit of fabric is a little bit short, but I have a plan. And I'm going to use a bit of that. And then this. And yeah. And I think that's going to go down the spine. So let's think about what order we want to do things, because I want this on the edge there, and I want that curled over just on the inside there. Yeah, so let's get that glued down first. I'm going to use a 3-in-1. Happy stories for tiny folk. Oh, I wonder if they are happy stories. I haven't actually read them. Whoops. Just a little bit on the inside here. I want it to look pretty, but I want it to look grungy as well. Do you know what I mean? A little bit pretty, a little bit grungy. That's what we're aiming for. Right, wait a minute, because I want to just cut that pointy bit. No, that was folded over. I thought that went too easy there. Good, I quite like it a little bit creased, so that's good. We'll just do a little bit extra down here. Right, good. Now, how is that doing? Yep. Okay, so the next layer, because I want these fringes to be on the top, and I thought this picked up the kind of yellowy gold in the tartan there. So I just want this peeking out. Yep. About there. So if I just want that peeking out, then that should be about there. So just actually on the edge of the black and white dots, thereabouts. So I'm thinking of doing this the same way as I used to do my Margaret Miller, where I used like this page to see what the prompt was, and then did the actual piece of collage or whatever it might be for using the prompt on the opposite page. That's maybe my thinking. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Right. Yes. Right, we'll give that time to dry there. This is going to go on the spine, and then this is going to go there. I have a robin and my, now do we want the sparkle or do we want the button? The button, I think. The button just, I think the button does it. Right. Let's get this stuck down first. Okay. Right. Yep. Happy with how this is going. Sometimes things in your head don't quite work out, especially when you switch on the camera and you're trying to think of things to say, and while you're doing something that maybe needs a little bit of concentration, but this is easy. Okay. This fabric kind of pulls and then it goes wobbly, if you know what I mean. It's not a stiff fabric, it's quite a loose weave, I suppose is how you would describe it. and so I don't want to pull it and end up with my tartan all a bit kind of squeegee. I still want it to look like tartan. Yeah. Right, happy with that. So let's think, do we want any more pattern? Does the green add down the spine? How will it look? Let's see. Yeah, I think it does add. I think it does. Right, let's get a little bit of it. Oh, need your porridge for that. It's not a thing. I'm not a lover of porridge. Hubby loves it. Ugh, no, not for me. Very, very occasionally. And only then if you can add some nice berries or banana in it. Turn it into a pudding. Yeah. Okay. I do like just using a book as it is. Like if you can find one with that is not, that you don't need to pull the pages out. Like this has only got 60 pages. So that means there's 30 pages to be, well, more than 30 pages to be decorated, but you know, there's one for each day in December. If I did every second page and put the title on the other page, if you know what I mean. Right, let's see how we can do this. Let's just make a tent with it, and then we can see how I could be forever pulling threads off of that, but I want to leave some thread on it. I quite like that when there's thread. Yep. Okay, let's do and t'other side. Sometimes the threads are just in the wrong place or too much. I think we'll take off a little bit of this at the bottom. That's fine. Do we want to leave that top bit? I think we'll take a little bit off that. There. I can tell I'm going to be forever pulling threads off this. Right, a little bit of gold, a little bit of shabby, chic, a little bit down the spine. Yeah. Right, let's get this cover sorted. So I've got this and this now. I'm not entirely sure this. So I also have this. But if I put that, then you're not going to see any of the tartan. No. If I didn't have the robin and I just put that in the centre, it just doesn't seem enough. If I just used a bit of that, if I just used no, I think it needs the robin. What about if we didn't put the mesh on? Mesh or no mesh? That's the question. Or should the robin be at the bottom? Tell me I'm not the only one that does this. That. Let me put the lid on the glue while I stare at it for a bit. Oh. I think it has to be that. I think it definitely has to be that. And the only question is this. Should it be this? Does the snowy mesh add? Oh, I think it does. Now, do we need to ink round that robin? Is the robin too black and white? But then this is white, but this isn't. I've got something else here, fussy cut. Maybe it's this, maybe this is too big. Maybe this needs to be used someplace else. And that just looks too, doesn't have as much impact as this. Does it? Does it? Oh, all out for two things. Oh, with the robin just peeking through. Now, does that and that go though? Oh, see, I want to kind of get this right because this is going to be used for a whole month, and I don't want to get the book out every time I do a prompt and not like the cover. But you know, I do think I quite like less is more. Eh? No, not more is more is more. It should be. What do you think? Oh. I do quite like it because he's behind this but in front of this. I think we'll just go for it. I mean, Julie, what's the worst that can happen? Right, so how do we get this glued on? What would be the best glue to use? Well, things are going to be sat on top of it. You know, I don't think I'll even glue that on. I think I'll just glue these things on, and it'll just, that's what will hold it on. Right, we'll put this right up in the corner. Well, that was a big decision to be made. I'm not usually indecisive. I think when it comes to the covers of things, because you're going to be looking at that a lot, and because that's what it's going to be forever. With a page, you can just, if you hate the page, you can do over. I suppose you could do over a cover right enough. You could, you know, with a page, take it out, I suppose. Anyway, here we are. Decided, decision made. I think the prompts are coming out at some point today, so that'll be good. And maybe, even maybe, I'll get a little head start before the 1st of December. Although, best laid plans with these monthly prompt things. Sometimes I fall behind, and sometimes I do 2 or 3 at the one time. Right, let's get this little guy, because I kind of want to see his legs, because otherwise he just looks like a body floating about there. So yeah, so I'll maybe, fingers crossed, because it's a busy time of year as well, but I did it last year, so there's no reason why I can't keep up and do it this year. I didn't do a daily video, but you know, I managed to do all the prompts, and I don't think it even went into January, although I wouldn't be surprised if it did. Right, now which way did I have that? About there. Yes, I think I like this. Let's just clear all the gubbins out the way so that we can have a nice look on a clear desk. Oh, thought we were maybe going to ink round that. No, I'm glad I didn't, because he's nice and he shows up with the black and white. What do you think? So that's it, good to go. We can just put a piece of, maybe a piece of pattern paper or something on there, and then have the prompt list. Or we'll maybe glue that page together. That looks like it's we'll maybe glue that page together and do the prompt. Anyway, I'll see. We'll see when that time comes. I think that's plenty to be done for today. And yeah, I'm really pleased with how the little bit of gold has come through. And yeah. And once it all gets decorated, I think it might be quite a cool wee book. Okay, so that's me for today. Thanks so much for joining me. If you've enjoyed the video, a thumbs up would be great, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.